Good evening, welcome back. Got Bluebird and Bruce here in a small crowd so far, but everyone's ready for some turbo action. I keep wanting to say turbo, like Arnold says in Turbo Man with the, what is it, the Christmas movie he did, or whatever. But welcome back, everyone. Yeah, a little TurboGrafx 16 tonight, which is an interesting console for me. But so it sounds like some people had experience with it and some didn't. So I think most of you are in the US here now, but not all so far. But yeah, this machine did not even make it to Europe at all, to my knowledge, at least officially. There was some gray market import and that kind of stuff, but there was no like official presence by NEC in Europe for the TurboGrafx or PC Engine, as it was called in Japan, an Asian market. And so I think that it was much more popular on the PC Engine side than it was on the TurboGrafx 16 side, which did not kind of make the punch through the market that they wanted to in the US at least. It just could not compete. It was too late to the market here, I think, and could not really compete them with the Genesis juggernaut and the SNES, of course, that was really big. But I think in Japan, the PC Engine was competing head on with the NES and doing a fine job with that too, because it is just kind of an upgraded system. So I'm going right into the talking about Turbo TG16 here now. Um, oh, interesting. All right, well, hopefully. So I made some more changes. Hopefully, I'm hoping that everything is working right now. I won't bore with details, but I've done a lot of stuff to try and get the stuff working tonight as far as the stream goes. So fingers crossed, everything holds up this time. We shall see. Anyway, that's all right. Can should I sing lullabies instead? I get delisted from copyright strikes on those. Actually, I did a test stream last night just to test all the setup here. And one of the games I was playing was a Knight Rider game from Japan, and it has the theme song, and that got marked. So can't get away from anything anymore. But I think the TG16 is a fascinating console. I actually happen to have one here separately, so we actually have the TG16 hooked up and ready to go here. That's what you're looking at the screen in the top left corner. This TG16 is using a RGB kind of blaster out device and then a clone turbo EverDrive on here. So these are things you can get from like AliExpress that makes this machine kind of near like usable in that sense. And it's always easy to use a mister for this too, but I wanted to mess with the real thing because I just bought some of these things. And I would like to upgrade them to newer stuff, better stuff, some that support like the CD stuff, which this one does not, the official one. Yeah, and the hardware is really neat looking. It's a very interesting design, especially if you're familiar with the Unisuka, welcome. If you're familiar with the PC Engine, which is, I believe, one of the smallest, like, regular consoles ever launched, because it is about like, this size here. But for the US market, they were like, we need something beefy and cool and black and sleek, and this is what they came up with. Including, I kid you not, the shortest controller cord ever made from a launch console or from a console. I do have an extension, but I'm sitting right here. But like, if you put this thing on the floor, or like by a TV, the cord is like, I mean, I think it's like 3 feet long, if even that. It is horrible, and you pretty much need an extender or just sit right there. Now, the power cord is super long by comparison, so it's just an odd design choice. They wanted us to sit on the floor, but the has some other interesting choices. There's only one controller port on this thing. One, you have to use a splitter. It's got a very mechanical power button that actually locks the cards here too. And the games came on Hue cards, which is like this credit card size thing. I don't have one. I should grab one, but I don't have one handy right now. And by default, the console only has RF out through a side port here. And yeah, so fortunately, there's actually a expansion slot on the back here that gives you a full RGB out, which is what we're using on the console here. You can buy those really cheap from AliExpress or clone, I think, of the engine block booster. It just extracts RGB and audio from these pins, which is provided directly here versus going through the RF and everything on this side. Yes, that's right. The Turbo Express is awesome too. It is a portable TurboGrafx 16, which I've never had the pleasure of messing with one, but it's an awesome idea. Kind of like what Sega did with the Nomad as well, right? And I think the TG16 and PC Engine is almost a library that gets overlooked. The CD ones are awesome. But the base console is actually pretty cool too, because it's got some neat things going for it. Oh, Remnant, you bought it brand new for that? That's my favorite time to get into a console too, especially if you can wait that long, as it's kind of fire sailing out. So I got my GameCube dirt cheap. buying brand new, fire selling as it's kind of leaving the market is a great way to pick up systems dirt cheap with hopefully still in box and everything. The way we're hooked up here now, it's kind of like a bit of a this will took me a while to do because for some reason my PVM, as you can see here, handles the signal just fine. I'm using a H3 Retrovision Genesis component cable, as that actually allows the signals to be basically RGB out, or in this case component in. And getting my capture device to synchronize on that, I spent like several hours yesterday to try and get that working correctly. And eventually I think I did it, and it's working fine now. What I found is that when I switch games and stuff, it takes a long time for sync to pick up again. So we might see black screens as I'm switching games to turn the system on and off. So, sorry, Zuka, I do not have the CD on. I don't have it, but there is one for it. There's definitely a CD add-on. It was the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first commercially available CD-based game system. The add-on for that is what allowed to CD-ROM games, and that was kind of like the Sega CD thing, like a mixture of CD fidelity and the 16-bit stuff, which the TG16 CD has a great library. And we'll do that too sometime. We can stream that on Mister, probably the easiest versus getting the add-on, because a lot of these things are expensive now to get, of course, like everything else. I don't think a base TG16 costs that much now, especially with these flash cards are pretty readily available. You can play just about anything on there. And you can actually, the full EverDrive Pro from Crix, if you get that, it actually has FPGA on board to emulate the entire CD add-on. And that lets you play all the CD games too. So that's probably the best way to go. But it is pricey it is a good device, but it's over $200. So take that for what you will. So I got a Sega channel. Yeah, we had nothing like that in Scandinavia or Sweden. So I didn't get the pleasure of having any online connectivity like that. So, and I should have thought out too. The 622, like I mentioned earlier there, Bluebeard, I should have streamed the DOS game today, but oh well, here we are. I just felt like streaming TG16 because I got that these adapters recently, and it gives you. So what you're looking at right now is the raw capture from the device, and I tried to get it as good as possible. There's still some room for improvement, but you can actually get a really sharp picture out with one of those cheap adapters, plus then an HD Retrovision cable, because that's of course a very high quality cable. So yeah, you're watching the live capture from the machine, plus then the Turbo EverDrive here, which is a clone version of the real EverDrive, which I'm going to buy the real one eventually, but these are pretty cheap to get you going. Yeah, that's right. It was exactly. It was like a cable delivered information, right? So it was very interesting. And then Nintendo had a Satella thing, right, in Japan that they provided through satellite. It was kind of a similar thing. There was no data or internet connection. It was just streaming over the data over the existing network, because there was no internet to speak of then. So the thing with the PC Engine / TurboGrafx 16, then they're virtually physically identical to my knowledge, and they're run by a technical 8-bit processor of like 7 megahertz or something like that. So I think that the graphic component is 16-bit. So this is kind of like a hybrid device. The TG16, or the fact that this is a 16-bit system, is a little bit of a misnomer, but it is also, it's running on an 8-bit processor to my knowledge. So it's still technically 16-bit, but it's kind of technically not, I guess. So, whatever. So the fact that it was the first to the market made it a great system compared to the NES and the Master System. But then as Genesis and Super Nintendo took off, right, they are in, maybe I'm just making an oversimplification here now, but they are pretty vastly superior when it comes to just performance. However, there's a lot of really cool experiences you can have on TurboGrafx, even without the CD add-on. It's a really neat system, and it's fun to explore. And there's not that many games on the US side, although there's tons of games on the Asia side. Of course, there's, translations and homebrew and fan patch and stuff like that are available too. And there are some games on here that are some of my favorites, actually, and we'll check out some of them. And this system is very heavily favored towards action games, and especially shooters. There's so many scrolling shooters. If you like shmups or whatever, this is a good system to mess with. But let's start with one that is one of the highest rated on the system, which is Kadash, which is a side-scrolling action light RPG, which is a surprising amount of depth. So yeah, hopefully everything is going to run well here. We'll see, because again, this took me a while to get all the signal to capture correctly, etc., etc. So if we notice any problems, that's because of that. There we go, there's the music. And the sound is an interesting mixture because it is not like waveform music like the NES. It can do samples and everything. So you even have voiced stuff. And it's got a really cool mixture. It feels like a Master System, except like better in that sense. Huge, beautiful sprite work in a lot of games. Especially this one has really good sprite work. So you have to have a multi-tap to play more than one player. I have only one controller, and this is the official Turbo Pad. Yes, everything is called Turbo. See if I can get the camera back here. So the Turbo Pad here is just very much an NES knockoff, right? I mean, it's the way it looks. But it's got built-in turbo here on both buttons. So we're playing on the original device, of course, again, with an original Turbo Pad. So who should we play as? Fighter, Mage, Priest, or Ninja? I'm kind of leaning Ninja, but I'll let the chat decide here. They're really clever, and it feels like a very solid like system as far as like what the video output is. It very much reminds of like the dungeon crawlers of the 80s and 90s, right? Ninja. Priest. I'm making it harder here now. I think we have to do Ninja. Ninja wins by popular request here. Enter names. I'm not sure if this supports like multi-scrolling at the same time. That would be pretty awesome. Or like, sorry, not, but co-op player with two characters scrolling at the same time. Evil Barog. Barog? 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 I don't know. Go in peace. Ninja! Oh wow, you can throw like ninja stars everywhere. Medicinal herb if you catch my drift. A. Get it? No. Something that I noticed a lot on the TG16 and PC Engine is that they're very fond of using huge sprites. And I don't know or feel that a lot of games, like yes, on the Genesis and Super Nintendo you got that quite a bit too, but this feels more like a, 8-bit system in that sense. Like I mentioned, you have two 16-bit video chips within the processors and 8-bit processors, so... Walk toward right along the road to reach the entrance to the cave. Yeah, there's not much depth here to the game yet. Ninja time. The other characters actually get spells they can cast. Well, I guess Ninja has Ninja Stars, so you don't need spells for that. But it's like it's gorgeous like artwork in that sense. Like it's very beautiful sprite work. Always got bats and Ninja's cheating a little bit here because the other characters are like melee only. I don't appear to have any magic to use here to speak of. Yeah, there's quite a lot of games that are very much Zelda 2-like, and we'll play another game too, which is pretty neat, which is basically like, Mom, can we have Zelda 1? No, we have Zelda 1 at home, and Zelda 1 at home. I'll show you, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Not a bad game per se, but it's like it's such a direct Zelda ripoff that's... Oh no, a bat hit me. So very much like, inspired by the kind of the first-person dungeon crawlers in that sense. We're very Dungeons and Dragons-like here now. Can I hurt you? We got a shield. Okay. The ninja's worst enemy, the incline. How do I... Take that. Level up. I'm not sure how long we'll play each individual game, because, I mean, there's a lot... Oh, that's a huge eyeball. In case anyone didn't notice that. Come on. You have to use that medicinal herb here soon. Is that lava? Oh, it is lava. Bless it. Lava and bats. Oh, hello. There's an awful monster head. Oh! You're still talking? Yeah, this, I mean, I would've... There's some really cool, there's some really cool games on here, honestly, and some that you actually could see yourself playing. Now, there's some, you know, the black... Not the black pudding! Oh, crap, the black pudding is actually pretty fierce. Oh, I used the medicinal herb. Dead. So, I think I remember right, this game is just like... Yeah, there's no lives in this game. You're just like, title screen. It's funny how, when they were programming these games back in the day, they never thought that kids wouldn't want to do that, or like, that's something that's enjoyable. It's just like, bam, dead. Let's try the priest this time, I guess. There we go. So that was brutal. That's true, they could have done that too. They're pretty sneaky in how they program these games too. There, we got a flail here. And I think a heal too. In this case here, I'm not sure. There's plenty of arcade ports on this, don't get me wrong. Tons of arcade ports, in fact, I mean. But, also, something you've probably seen in Capture now. In a bright scene like this, you can see at the top in the blue, the jail bars. This console has a very well-known issue with jail bars, and it's actually, you have to do a solder fix. I didn't get a chance to do that. You actually add a couple of resistors in line, or sorry, capacitors, to the power that goes into the video chip, and that fixes that. So I'm going to do that at some point, but I didn't figure it was worth going that far for the stream here now. So I can actually heal here, I think. That's right. You're recovering, Bruce? What were you doing that caused the sharp screwdriver to so viciously attack you? Ow. Something else I never understood with these games here, like, there's so few iframes. Like, the damage that you can take in a quick succession, it's just insane. Yeah, beautiful sprite work. Yeah, this is quite a flail there. But I don't know quite how to do that slope, because that seems like it'll be... Oh, yeah, here we go. Water. Oh, drowning. Good lord. Can I heal? Ah, yes. Hit point recovered. Oh, yeah, the priest probably makes it a lot easier to... actually progress in this game, I guess. But if you have two characters, that'll be probably helpful. I'll be curious to see how this plays, and... I don't know if I have the multi-tap or not. I honestly don't know. So here comes the... Like, how do you... How do you literally do that? Not enough MP. No! Scoot! The eyeballs here, isn't it? There it is. Good lord. Yeah, this is brutal, but it's like, I remember playing games back in the day, you would, you know, get a little further each time, you would just do the best you can. I already used the medicinal. Priest is not having as good time as the, time for pudding time. Ooh, ouch, Bruce. Mega Man was brutal, too. But all those games you're playing now, and it's like ready to just, like... I don't think we're going to play any more Kadash. It is a very, like, it's a cool game, but the fact that it sends you back as soon as you die. So now, I have to do a hard reset because there's no reset button on this flash card, which this is where the capture can get all wonky. We'll see how quickly it picks it up. I'm going to wait a second, because sometimes it takes a while for it to synchronize again. The system is up and running on the CRT already, but then the capture takes several seconds. There we go. And I don't know, I'm not familiar enough with the terminology or capture stuff, but it seems to me that it's not, I mean, it can't lock onto the sync signal, basically. I think that it's outputting RGB out, but then the HD retrovision cable basically converts it into component, which is what I'm capturing. And my other capture card that I normally use for component had a heck of a time, could not synchronize it. So I'm using data path, and I actually have a cable running from over here all the way up to my computer to like a component to VGA adapter and a whole bunch of stuff. So, but let's play a game that is one of my favorites on this system, and it's actually a scrolling shoot 'em up. And there's a series of games here that are Superstar Soldier. You have blazing lasers and a whole bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, this system is a haven for shmups. If you like shmups, this is fantastic. And the Soldier Blade, to me, is one of the premier ones on here. I haven't played all of them, but Soldier Blade is my favorite so far. And they do a great job with the using the sound chip efficiently on this one. Oh wow, yeah, I love the strike games. They are hard. You gotta really commit and be super careful that you're moving around. This is a game I know quite well, so I should be able to get a little further on this one. It's one of those games like when you just, like, I want to play a shooter, I tend to fire this one up. And being able to play it here on the original system is pretty nice, too. If you played Superstar Soldier, this, Blazing Laser, any of those kind of shoot-em-ups, then this will seem very familiar. In fact, it uses similar... there's a Final Soldier as well. So Superstar Soldier, Final Soldier, and then Soldier Blade are all part of the same series. I'll go with the green now, but I tend to get the... yeah, it's funny because I have such a soft spot for strike games, but I've never beaten any of them. Mostly because I played Desert Strike on the Super Nintendo as a rental way back. And yeah, I picked up any strike game I could before they got super expensive. And that was kind of like a running joke with my wife when we're out in retro stores. I would always look for the strike games, so I don't know what it is with them. Just the perspective, probably. The way this game works is that you have 3 different power-ups, and as you see in the bottom right corner, you pick them up, and then you kind of bank them to use as a screen clear. But if you pick up more than you can hold, you'll get a screen detonation like this. So now I have 3 blues, so... Not to my knowledge, but I can't remember the developer of this, if it was Compile or something, I think. And they've done a ton of shooters. Like, just tons of shooters. Kind of their forte. So, this type of setup, or at least Soldier... I mean, the first Soldier was Star Soldier on NES, I think, even. But then Superstar Soldier is the TG16 one, and that's my wife played that. That's one of the games that she had for the TG16 back then. One of like 2 or 3. So that's she played a ton. So that's how I got introduced to TG16, was the fact that she had one that she bought later on when they were cheap. So you can change your speed on your ship, and it changes the layout of it. That laser is pretty powerful here. This is pretty much all there is to the game, except just cooler bosses and stuff like that going on as you get further. But again, there are so many shooters like this. So if you enjoy these kind of shooters, then this system is well worth exploring, because there's so many of them. There's a lot of other cool games too, but it is very much a shooter focus, and I'm not sure why that is, but... I feel that the sprite work on the PC Engine / GT16 is just so clear and large. Well, look at these just ginormous sprites, and it takes a lot to introduce flicker too. Like, I can have a lot on the screen at the same time. So you think of it more as a kind of like a, you know, souped up like 8-bit system more than a pure 16 like the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, then it's a lot more impressive. Foster can reach out and take a drink. Yeah, that's the thing. It was pretty early on, and I think it was intended as a competitor to NES more than anything else. And if you take it in that context, then it's a heck impressive system. But I think that it was too late to the US market to actually be successful there. And I don't think it was marketed extremely aggressively either. Well, they used the word turbo on everything, which is pretty funny. Because, I mean, the Genesis had a huge, strong start. Signing up a lot of, like, exclusives and being the sport console. And then the Super Nintendo came along and just, you know, dominated too. So it was a hard market to compete in. Alert. See if I can remember this pattern here now. Sorry about the blinking here, because that's kind of what we did back then. The laser is the strongest here now, but of course a lot of blinking going on. That sound feels like it's used in like so many Super Nintendo games. But I think, I mean, again, this is a sample-based music system, so... And it's got a very, very, like, interesting, twangy sound. Terratron? I don't know that I do. It's just a super solid shooter. And I spent a lot of time playing this one because it just plays so well. That's not any surprise. It's not too deep in that sense. You get your option there, right? And that's pretty much it. You've pretty much seen everything mechanically this game offers. The rest is just, you know, getting through the stages. So, unfortunately, it's one of those games, too, where if you start getting knocked out and lose your power-ups, you're kind of screwed. It's very hard to recover from that. That's, I think, something that, you know, the Achilles heel of many shooters, and that was intended to provide longevity, too, right, is that they... would basically, gotta focus here. They would basically make the game hard, so you'd have to, you know, start over. Because if you were to just play through this game, you'll beat this in like, you know, 30, 40 minutes, I'm sure. But if you kept dying and had to start over, then successful now. But I guess not. Fantastic. I'll keep troubleshooting. It was just a blip there, but yeah, there's certainly a lot of side-scrolling games too. This is of course top-down. But there's definitely side-scrolling, and there is an R-Type. We can check that out next. There is an R-Type port on here, which is probably not the best R-Type, but it certainly is not bad. It has a very interesting set of games. Whoops. So I lost one level of my laser there from that. And if I switch to a different weapon, I start over with the current version I have, so... Oh, like I just did. Good going. First, when you see those huge sprites, you start seeing a little flickering, so we might just finish this level and we'll try something different. There's a lot of different games on this system. See, and I'm really... Sorry about that, I keep having like little drops there. I have done so many things to try and figure that out. I was using my screen clear there to assist me in that one. That's a big laser. I fired it. Yeah, I have tried a different network port now. I am connected directly to the modem. I have updated everything on my computer. I have removed additional devices in OBS. I have tried almost everything at this point. And I still get little lockup drops, so... Good times. I'll finish this level and we'll play something else. There's a lot of different other games on the system too, so we're not going to linger too long, but then I just get locked into this game because it's so good. But, like mentioned, if you can't make it through the first few levels without taking a hit, you really get screwed over pretty quickly, because you do need that extra firepower to make it very far. Just, again, the kind of design Achilles heel of most shooters, I feel. Oh, come on, give me a blue. And dodging power-ups. I'm not sure why they're setting out these huge robots, because they're kind of just ramming. Not really gonna help. Dang it. Yep. Now I'm kind of like in that fail cycle now where I'm not getting any enough horsepower here to take out the bad guys. I did fire my laser. Alright, we'll take red now because I get 2 here. Take that. I'm still flying somehow. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool backgrounds in this game, and then a lot of the that stuff that you see down there is really well made. Yeah, everything's blinking because that was the style at the time. Oops. Yeah. We'll just do this here. Take that. Unfortunately, now I don't have much firepower left here. I do believe your option can, like in most of these games that we have an option that's actually invulnerable. How's that thing still flying? Oh, I'll get you. Here, we'll just use this thing. Take that. There we go. As I'm curious, what's everyone's... Because it sounds like some of you have played a TurboGrafx 16 or messed with it, or have one, or knew someone who had one. Oh, yes, very much Ikaruga style. Alright, although the music is good here now, we'll reset and go back to the beginning here now. There we go. Yeah, that's true. So it has a plot drive. Eating banana. I want to show there's actually a few translations here. So this is the hardware target pack that you can get on archive.org. And it is a nice pack because it basically includes almost everything. But it does have some translations here, which are pretty fun. That's right, we're going to check out R-Type first, which I actually do physically own, but here's R-Type. Shu Aniki, we'll have to put that on the list too. But there's a Die Hard game that was released in Japan only. It did get translated, so... Push run button. Oh, we have some wonky resolution standby here. Let's see. There we go. It switched to a different resolution, which messed with my setup here, so... I mean, it's a fine attempt, but... not quite as good as the Super Nintendo ports, but music is good. It's got a certain charm to it. I always struggle with R-Type because that's a strategic shooter. Like, you're moving very slow. And you really gotta, like, plan your movements. The music is very iconic, though. There we go. I'm gonna fire my laser. Any Mike Boy, welcome. Wrecking stuff and R-Type. And a TG-16. It's certainly a fine port. considering. Or get the circle laser. That to me is the more quintessential. Fine, we'll switch to the blue laser. But it runs quite well. We got the iconic boss. Smack! And now you have nothing. Give me some power up. Ah, I'm so slow. Come here. Ah, I'm so slow. I can't defeat that. Dude. Whew. I'm moving forward. I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. So that's neat. Are you supposed to... Okay. It's been a while since I played R-Type, but I never got very far in it. It's a punishing game. I'll try one more time and I'll switch to a different game, but... Brutal. Yeah, sorry about the capture too. It's some of the games use a different resolution. I thought I had to counter for that, but apparently not, so... I'm not seeing the best picture here possible. I guess you just gotta smack him. Just show him his boss and just smack him around a little bit. Flickering, can't handle the now you get something that's not quite as iconic when it comes to the music. Speed, yes. It's funny, you can pick up too many speed options and it makes a game hard to play. I was dead there, but Sprite just couldn't keep up. Was this freaky? I feel like R-Type basically goes into like the Geiger-esque body horror. Oh, that was a good weapon to have on the stage. And dead. Try one more time here. I think it might be your last life, so... Yeah, like, when you start in these games here, you have no power-ups to your name here now. I got turbo here. There we go. Turbo built into the pad. Oh, yeah. Oh, you were doing so well until you died. Yeah, it is totally cutting out the screen. I'm sorry about that. We'll switch to a different game here that uses normal setup. It's weird because there's only, I think, 2 different resolutions being used on a TG16 slash PC engine, and of course, I managed to not account for one of them, so. All right, wait for it to catch up here now. And there is one I do definitely want to show, which is the translation for Die Hard, because it is such a neat game. Is there heart reaction now? There we go, now it's back. It was R-Type until we died. Now we're gonna play Die Hard, which is a Japanese exclusive game, I believe, that was then fan translated, which is pretty cool. It is not. We are playing on Real Harbor. So I'm gonna switch to the... there we go, action cam. So we're playing right now on an actual TG16 using a kind of like an RGB blaster out that gives you component out from HD retrovision cables. And I'm using a EverDrive basically that lets you have all the ROMs on it. So yeah, we're playing on Real Harbor, which is why we had a weird thing earlier. So, and this is the thing, the Mister is a fantastic way to explore this library because you get all the CD stuff too. So this is more like I wanted hooked up to the real TV or the CRT, and hope you like this music. Also, McClane can jump, like really jump. It's just a weird game. All the PC shooters, yeah. Oops, not doing so hotter now. It's just such a, like... Yeah, he's out in the garden first, or the yard. He's working his way to the tower. You don't remember that part? Where he gunned down the hundreds and hundreds of terrorists first? Just like the fact he can jump, like... It is very Ikari Warriors, yeah. Oh, really? Huh. Yeah, I don't see that at all on my side. It's one of those, like, trying to promote the, sending money, probably. Whoa! Maybe it was a beer, maybe a root beer. Looks like arrest under construction. Gotta watch my step. At least they die on one hit, which makes more sense. This one has like collapsible areas here, I think. MP5. Do 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 do. Armor. Just like the jumping. That's pretty hilarious. Whoa, watch out. I got armor now. Ah! Grenade launcher. It's an interesting game. I just... Like, I'm curious why this didn't get localized at all. I mean, I figured Die Hard would have been... I guess it was probably pretty late at that point, right? Because, I mean, the... this would have been out by the time the Die Hard movie came out, versus in the US, this would have been several years later, so they probably didn't see the need for it. Didn't have that tie-in, but... Just like the movie. Not a super comfortable pad, like my thumb is already hurting a little bit, but it still feels quite alright to use. A little more mushy than NES one, but... It's funny, playing on NES now feels like, at least this one has like curved edges to it, so it's much more comfortable. The square NES controller now feels so like rough to hold. McClane able to leap bullets in a single leap. Whee! Yeah, look at those graphics. 16-bit. So yeah, you have to work your way to the tower. We'll see if you can get to the tower. Once you get in the tower, it's kind of like a maze. Seems like I always gotta do things the hard way. I would agree. Why are you in the swamp? Nice. The only ones we have, I think, are Keith Courage, R-Type, and Superstar Soldier. That's the only things we have. But really, from that, it's just the only ones that my wife had. And we never really got into collecting on this system. This wasn't a top priority. Whoa! Oh, dead end. I was almost surprised it died on one hit. That's not usual for games like this. I think it shot the grenade out of the air, too. You go, McLean. Dead end. I don't think I know what Odine is, or Odine, or whatever. Yeah. I don't think there's much more to this game. Sadly, there's no other mechanics or anything like that, so it's a pretty simplistic game, but very much a movie tie-in. But it's like of all the movie tie-in games that exist, this is not the worst one by quite a long shot. Ooh. Soda, I'm sure. Alright, so you said there was one game you wanted to play, which was the Chi something. Are there other requests on the TG16? Otherwise, I'm just gonna pick a kind of a random selection. I did want to show this one because it's so much fun. We haven't tried a racing game yet, so probably do that. Ow. That's fine. McClane can take a few bullets. He's pretty beat up at the end of the movie, so. Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a grenade launcher. I know they needed to, like, you know, more challenge than just the terrorists you just see in the movie, but, I mean, come on. That's extreme dithering. Doesn't seem like his likeness either. Basement of the tower. Even the basement of this place is huge. Yeah, this is a maze, actually. An actual maze. I didn't feel like they put too much effort into this one. Whee! Whee! Did I make a wrong turn somehow? This doesn't look right. Yeah, you gotta find your way through this. Through this maze. The body count here is, not going to be that good for your report there, McLean. Alright, which one do you think? Left or right here? Any takers? Left, right? But yeah, there's a surprising amount of games on the, US side, but then on the PC Engine side, there's a ton of them. I think there was over like 600 games released total. So I was waiting for someone to say amazing. I had a board game that was amazing. And it feels closer to the Master System, I guess. Master System to me always had that kind of like larger sprite work and everything, but still rooted in 8-bit, versus this here then has 16-bit graphics, right? But then an 8-bit processor still. Right, we're gonna go right. Right. Oh, took me back to the beginning. Nah, we'll try a different game, because that's kind of repetitive, but I thought it was pretty neat that there was a fan translation for that. There's actually one for Knight Rider, but that's a copyright mark waiting to happen because of the theme music, believe it or not. I actually got that on a test stream, so So I don't know that there is this original Street Fighter. There's Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, but I don't know that there's a I don't think there is one for the original one. Because I looked at, so the TG16, no Street Fighter here. You have Splatterhouse 2. And if you look at the PC Engine side, there is a Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, Sukra, or you know it, but I don't know that there is an original version of. I can run Knight Rider 2. It's fun, but it's just like it doesn't sound super fun, and the game is pretty boring. It's like a back from behind racing game. Yeah, there's a Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, which is a huge ROM on here. I think it was like a feat that they squeezed that on here. Unfortunately, it doesn't play that well with a 2-button controller. And I don't know that it actually plays very well at all, but it does have, I thought it was frozen here last time I did this, but it does play, but you only get punches because I think you need a controller with more buttons on it. And I believe that was at least, excuse me, a version of the controller with more buttons on it. And this is actually a surprisingly good port. I mean, considering... Probably. There's someone on the NES, right? Dude. Yeah, I can pretty much just do Hadoukens and... A kick would be great for my... That's weird, because this is the, like, full ROM pack. I'm curious, because, yeah, this is the complete ROM pack, so unless it's included in another release or somehow... Cheesing it! Nice. Alright. You win. It feels like at least I guess the difficulty might be set pretty low, but... Fighting Street? Okay. Sure. This one is not translated, as you can tell. Good music, at least.
Round one, fight!
This would be a lot easier if I could kick. Oh. Oh, I'm screwed. Yeah, without the kick, it's difficult. And, I mean, there might be some combination or something, I guess. I could try, but I kind of doubt it. Oh, you hold the select button. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, you have to, so the select button is over on the left side, just like the NES, and you have to hold that. The music pacing, I think, is that with the Street Fighter, you get the double effect of when you're losing, it speeds up, but then also when there's a slowdown on screen, it definitely is affected. I mean, this was pushing it. The Street Fighter on the TG16/PC engine was definitely pushing the system to its limit as far as that goes. That's probably as far as you're gonna get with fast motion and stuff like that. Let's take a look at Fighting Street. Wait for the load here. Fighting Run? That's on the PC Engine, so... No Fighting Street here. Because, yeah, this will be the, like, the entire library, basically, so... The betas, no. Franchise, bonk, no. Genre. Fighting... Strip Fighter and Street Fighter. I'm not sure, dude. I can't find it here. I mean, it might be something else, I suppose, but... what else was I gonna try? We haven't played any racing games. There's also a lot of other ones that are... There's so many shooters on this system, it's ridiculous. We do have Chase HQ. Let's play some weird pinball. There's some weird pinball on this system. There's some weird pinball on this system. Oh, that's glorious music, though. Whoops. I think there's a modern reimagining of this game that just came out. In the brain. Runs really fast, too. It feels like, to me, the PC Engine just had really good scrolling. A lot of the games are just, you know, walk 60. Except Street Fighter, I guess. And it's also fun to see another 16-bit system, because I love the Genesis and the Super Nintendo by far. I mean, they're great systems, but it's just nice to see something a little unique, too, sometimes. Because here you have, like, an entire 16-bit system to explore if you haven't played any of the games, so... A lot of detail here, too. It's got a little bit of a Amiga vibe to it, too, just with the way that it does, like, graphics, I feel, but certainly faster than the Amiga in general. It's a weird game. I'm amazed I haven't had a ball out yet. Oh, got an itch. That did something. Oh, she's got vampire fangs now. It reminds me a little bit of a Revenge of the Gator on the Game Boy. Kind of like a crazy pinball game, too. This is great. I know that this... I've heard that this was a good game, but... Alright. Polygon-based games on this system? Oh... Yeah, Revenge of the Gator is amazing. I've spent a lot of time playing that. Oh, she's mad now. Got pinball in my brain. Oh, I would have loved this. Just trying to get a little further each time, you know. So much stuff going on. This is a great use of the Paladin system. Great music, great graphics. So with the fireballs. Oh, he ate it. Hey Todd, welcome. Thanks for joining. Oh, and we're out. I have not played this very much, as you can tell, so... But, yeah, this is a really cool game. And yeah, as I was mentioning, I think that... Hey, Sean, welcome. Oops. As yeah, I didn't have much experience with the TG16 since I grew up in Scandinavia, and it was never really launched in Europe at all, so my biggest exposure was my wife really enjoyed the system, playing mostly Superstar Soldier. So that's how I got introduced to it. And then, of course, you know, and well, games, of course, are expensive anymore, so... But there's plenty of ways, like the Mister is a fantastic way. This is Devil's Crush, I believe. There's an Alien Crush, too, right? Which has an alien theme. And then, yeah, there was a new homage game that just... Oh, come on. That just came out, I believe, so... Wahahaha. Fine. I didn't want to play that anyway. Gratuitous score pointing. It's really hard to see there what it says. I'm not doing it around. This is a really fun game. Alright. Yeah, that's right. It's Galaga 88 or Galaga 90, which is, you'd think that would be just kind of a basic Galaga game, but it's, password, yeah. Wake up the lady again. But games like this are, it's almost like an adventure pinball, like, because you're trying to, like, accomplish things, and usually have multi-tiers. Oops, should not look at chat when I'm playing pinball. Ugh. This is a real TurboGrafx 60, and I'll show it off real quick again, but yeah, we have a TG16 sitting here with an EverDrive cart, and this is a clone one. I'm going to buy a real one eventually, but and then a basically a video output that goes in the pinout on the back, which gives you RGB out, and an HC Retrovision cable going to PVM, and that bypasses here through a thick cable going all the way to my data path. So that's the whole setup. But yeah, we're playing on Real 1 tonight. The Mister, of course, is a fantastic choice for experiencing what the library has to offer. But in this case here, I just gotten those adapters, so I just wanted to try it out, and therefore playing on real hardware tonight. So if you have a Mister, or even emulating this system is very easy at this point, right? Well, too. And especially the CD library is fantastic, and I'd like to physically get into that at some point, but the Mister is a awesome way to experience the CD games on the TG/PC engine. TG16. In the brain! There's a lot going on here. I feel like the way the pinball maneuvers in pinball games is so important as far as how the physics work, because if the physics are bad, that just sinks the whole game. There's so much going on here, so much like cool animation. Compared to like Sonic Spinball and the Genesis, which is pretty sluggish to me. Which, not to say well, that was bad. That I played it a lot, but... Yeah, this is very epic. Feels like a cover of a metal album, you know? Like Lords of Thunder. Most epic soundtrack ever known. Which is also on the TG16. CD. Sort of came out first, I believe. I think everyone's got to play some level of Space Cadet for sure. Yeah, Revenge of the Gator is probably one of the pinball games I played the most, just from having it on the Game Boy and being into the Game Boy at the time. Then Pinball Illusions, Pinball Fantasies, those games on the Amiga, I played those quite a bit too. There's some really neat pinball games like this. Yeah, of all the shooters, Soldier Blade is by far my favorite, and we did play that a little bit earlier. But I don't know, the TG16 and the PC Engine feels like it's just generally underrated. And I mean, plenty of people love it, of course. But it is, you know, the other 16-bit system that has a lot going for it. Is there a CD version of this? Feels like this just needs to be like a full, like, rock metal rendition. This is a fantastic use of the sound chip here. Like, I feel like a lot of console games, when it comes to this stuff, you know, you really need to design for it. Like, if a game has, like, kind of gritty metal sound from Genesis, it sounds great. And a lot of the stuff on the SNES, I feel like more of the orchestral stuff feels very suited for it, like a lot of the RPGs and stuff. Guess I made it up here now. Take that, random people walking around in a circle. No! Extra ball! And balls of steel. My favorite on Revenge of the Gator 2, when you like get all the way to top and then just like knock down. Yeah, this is great. I need to play this more too. Yeah, we're gonna play that as well. It was on the list. And Newtopia, I had just played a little bit, especially Newtopia 2, tested it out. But it was like with Newtopia, it feels like, you know, Mom, can we get Zelda? No, we have Zelda at home. And then Zelda at home is Newtopia. And it's like, it's just... I played Newtopia 2 just a little bit to test it. My goodness, it is such a, like, a blatant, like, not even a rip-off. It's just like, they just try and change the homework a little bit after you copy it. Oh, that was a good run. Might switch to Newtopia next, because that is a nice, like, top-down action RPG. Very much in the vein of Zelda. That said, I've only tried Newtopia 2, so... But again, they were trying to compete with, at least from the PC Engine side, right? Trying to compete with NES. So... thought about picking it up, but I also know that I have such a backlog that I would like to play it. But I also know that eventually I'll be able to get the complete edition for like, you know, 20 bucks eventually, so... It looks amazing. It's a great game. In the brain. And the music is awesome. It might be a nice little variety too. Oh. Oh wow, it's got a nice little bridge to the music too. I didn't just loop. That's great. I feel like there'd be a lot of slowdowns in a game like this on the Genesis. I don't know why. Or was this ported to Genesis? It does have a little bridge. That's awesome. Oh, I was gonna get the monk. I think she's mad now. Shouldn't have put her face right in the middle of the pinball table. This is super epic. I'm having a pretty good run now. Oh. But I kept coming back to Revenge of the Gator, because even though you feel like, wow, I, came so far and then I got knocked out, it's that drive to progress. Oh, my. Ow. It's the lady from V. Oh. This is weird. It's hard with the dual flippers. It's really disorienting. Alright, see you later, Bruce. Have a good evening. Just like that monk. Oh, back in there. Oh. Aha, take that, monk. No. So creepy. Ooh. Oh. She ate it. Well, that's quite creepy. And to check out, I don't know what that one is called, but there's a modern, like, reimagining of this that just came out, I think, or at least it's an early access or something. I saw it on Steam. Oh, they just reset the whole thing. Wow. Well, that was really the end goal of there, and I screwed that up, so. I feel like in all these pinball games that have this kind of traversal system, I kind of choke on the special room. Yeah, this is awesome. I was aware of this game, but I don't know why I never tried it. That's why I want to kind of keep exploring this library. One reason I got the cheap flashcard there, and I want to buy the real one eventually here. Wah, 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 wah. Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh. That was a good run. I'll try Newtopia next, so. And I saw that Revenant. I was watching that video part of the way too, and saw that the internal rendering resolution drop is that far. It's like and I think they're using FSR 1 too, so it's just some choices. But I mean, the game looks gorgeous in general. But I think that we're now expecting such an insane fidelity on the games that they're gonna have to make compromise. You can't have everything right, so. There we go. That was a good run. Must resist temptation to do naughty word. This is a clean, family-friendly stream, except playing Devil Pinball. Alright, let's try Newtopia then, because it is a... This is a unique game. Like, I'm not sure. So what's this? Did anyone look it up? It was ported to other systems. But yeah, I think this is a game I very much would sit down and just enjoy over and over. Like, you'll come back to it. It kind of feels like one of the arcade games that you kind of get a little further each time. But that's a game I definitely want to play more on the big tube TV as well. And Newtopia is... I've only played 2, but we'll start with 1. It's very much a Zelda game. And I feel that's where we're heading now with the... I think that we're pretty much going to have to expect 30 FPS on most of these AAA titles. Okay, forgetting one. We'll do that one next. Sho Aniki. Is that a TG16 game or a PC Engine? Push Run. I have Push Run. There's also a Jackie Chan beat-em-up game, so... Well, I think that above all, with having solid or locked frame rates at 30 is probably preferable to variable, and having a good quality. And especially a lot of these AAA games are kind of designed for 30. Like, I'm not that upset that Starfield is going to be 30 on console. Like, I'll probably play on PC eventually when it comes there, but well, actually, it's part of PC Game Pass, so I'll play it there. You must be Jazetta. Thank heavens you come. A terrible tragedy has befallen us. The evil demon Dearth. Dearth? He kidnapped the princess. Yeah, so I not too long ago upgraded my main gaming monitor to 144 Hz ultra wide one, and I got a 4070. After starting to play some of these FPS games at high refresh rate, I knew it would be hard to go back. But now it's hard to go back. I'm enjoying Titanfall 2, trying to beat that here at high refresh rate, and it's pretty fantastic. So, good evening, welcome. I'll have to look, because OBS has logs. I'm really curious to see what the logs say here after the fact with those crashes that I'm getting. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just weird because, like, I stopped and it started again and it was perfectly fine, so just a couple second drop there. I have the power of healing. Come back. Definitely not Zelda. Definitely not Zelda. Not Zelda at all. Yo, stuff I can. Oh. There's a lot of lore dump at the beginning here. Head west for a labyrinth. Take care. Use all your powers. Our hero Zeta has obtained the Book of Revival. Hold it over your head. It's good for business. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Well, thanks, old man. That is really very nice. I can always count on you for friendly advice. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, is it like straight up Zelda? It's like, I mean, maybe not as good, but at the same time, it's like you probably have a good experience playing this. It's fun to do this kind of stuff, and I'm enjoying exploring some of the games that are a little off the beaten path in the sense that I'm not saying that they're unknown, but they're just, you know, less popular, and it's fun to see this kind of stuff and explore this, and especially the 16-bit era, you know. The boom bombs. Well, that's good. The medicine of vitality. Ooh, more green potions. Yeah, this is very, very much Zelda. Yeah, Chase HQ, and that was ported to almost everything, right? And I find, at least the port on here is not super awesome. It's kind of sluggish to me, but it is there. There is a PC Engine version of Outrun on here, so... It does decimate the countryside. Great music, too. This is a charming game. You just live in here? Evil is everywhere now. Dearth has captured the powers of the medallions. Under the prince's control, the medallion's power was put only to good use. Uh-oh. Dearth is evil. News at 11. I would say, what I understand is the Wise 1 and 2, that's on the TG16 CD, is really good too as a top-down action RPG. But I don't have that here, obviously, because we can't run these CD games, so... But I would like to get the full, the EverDrive Pro that will let you run those. Ooh, potions. Oh. 200 gold? Jip lady. No, no thanks. You can take your floor potions and keep them. I don't know that I did, but I certainly had plans for it, I think, because there was no tools, really, any useful way to do it. I tried to make games using the click and play on Windows 3.11. That went about as well as you'd expect, so... Ooh, cherries. Ow. I know everyone was saying, like, don't play on a high refresh rate monitor, and once you do, it kind of spoils you in that sense, and the fluidity I wasn't expecting, especially even the fluidity moving around in Windows. Going to a 60 or whatever back and forth. I don't know, I mean, every way is fantastic to play, but like I know people are saying, like, don't get used to it, so it's hard to go back. Where is this dungeon? Hello? Ow. It's super colorful, it's very nice sprites and everything. Oh. Why are you living here, dude? Secret opening will appear. Sorry, no beer tonight, just soda. So I'm not saying that TG16 PC engine is unknown or anything, but at least feels like to me that it has some real cool experiences on it that are feel like overlooked. If you guys can drop some health here, that'd be great. I have to go for my medicine pouch. Wonder if I need to bomb this dude here. Aha! How are you living here? So all you did was tell me that you need to find the key. Oh, there's a cherry. Whoop. But it very much feels like a graphically enhanced, although cut back Zelda. But at the same time, you look at Zelda 1, it doesn't have much more complex systems than this. Find the crystal ball at once so you may see the map. Very charming graphics. These jerks, he just takes so much damage. Where are you coming here? Oh, they are in a pattern. Nice. It looks very, very good, I will say. The TG16 looks great in this way on the PVM. And it's a great game to play, or a system to play on CRTs in general. Sure. There's no file cabinet. I assume that is you have some sort of save expansion. That's a pass-through, right? Yeah, but can you give me some help? No? Okay. How what sword do you have on the wall there? I'm not sure where to go. Should we look up a guide or anything? Ooh. You live in here? Ah, there we go. Figured there should be like a health refill here before the dungeon. And I live under a rock. Literally. That guy looks fierce. Not anymore. Yeah, this is not... I mean, it feels like a ROM hack for Zelda, doesn't it? And it's got that vibe to it. But if you had a TG16, this would have been a, sufficient Zelda experience. I just wish you could swing your sword, like, instead of poking it out. The swing that you get in Zelda 3 is far superior, since it has such a better coverage. See, I never had a chance to explore or experience the TG16 or PC Engine as a kid, because, yeah, they weren't in Scandinavia at all. It was Nintendo who reigned supreme there, at least. There was definitely Genesis or, Master System, but the... Dude, so hot on health here now. The NES and then Super Nintendo were the big hitters, mostly due to like some weird licensing thing. There was a company called Bergsala, which was a distribution company that basically did the distribution in Scandinavia. And the way it worked was that Nintendo, and I may be paraphrasing or incorrectly saying it now, but when Nintendo was looking for a distributor in Scandinavia, this guy just flew out to Japan, yeah, I am a distributor, and he was like a super small outfit, and they signed like exclusive rights for him to distribute everything. So, Bergsala became like the distributor for all Nintendo stuff forever, and just from like this basically ballsy move by this one dude. Really, so the TG16 had a expensive thing around it, because it felt like to me it was just. It was a little too late, if you will, in that sense. Crystal ball. Got very charming graphics. Yeah, cardinal directions only. Is there a secret here? Yes, there is. The bomb explodes really fast. Oh, it's just a shortcut? Yes, it is. I should go back and heal at the lady, I feel, before I progress. Get away! Alright, anytime you want to visit, just go kill all the scorpions and I'll open my door. No problem. I have no idea what it cost on launch, or like as far as like how pricey it was. And it was kind of like, it certainly was not very popular to collect for, if I remember right, when... Well, then again, I looked at this one. Oh, the system we have. So, I'm not sure if that's my wife's television system we're playing on here now, or if that's one that we bought later. But it has a local game store sticker on it for like 40 bucks, so we would have bought that in, I'm not sure, late 90s, early 2000s, something like that maybe? So it was not exactly even retro style, a cheap system. Get away. I feel like this is one of those games where I die, it's going to send me right back. Yeah, if you had the CD one, or there were multiple versions released of this, right? Because you have the Duo and the Turbo Duo and all that stuff, right? But this feels a little bit, not only like, you know, yeah, it's a Zelda 1, you know, copy, but it feels also a little, you know, the basic, like, this is Zelda, exactly Zelda, nothing more. Which is fine, too, not like Zelda 1 is a bad game or anything, but it's just, it didn't add anything, it's just literally the same game. Can I push this? I have to kill those, probably. For that water effect. What? Wings? Can I walk on water? Whoa! Later! Oh. Really? Well, that was pointless. I should not have done that. Live and learn. Go back and heal. If I had the manual, I guess I would know what I would have done. Yeah, so for me, it was like I was completely and utterly unaware of TG16 and PC Engine because it did not exist in Europe, except for gray market imports, and I had never seen one until I came to America and saw the TG16. That's when I learned what it was. It looks ticked off walking around here. Let's try that again. So that was just a get out and get the password now. I'm sure there's a way to... If it's just passwords, you can probably look it up online. The screw you, I'm going home wings. Ah! Bats! Why'd it have to be bats? Ow, that hurt an entire block there of health. Okay. There we go. The key to the crypt. Gotta hold it over your head. Yeah, more than playable, I would say. Nothing innovative, but let's see. I assume we have to go to the north now. This room seems suspicious. I do only have one bomb. No. I have no bombs. Oh my. The attack patterns aren't that difficult. Boy, the knockback is something ridiculous, though. Come here, you. The sea animal? Or what is it? There we go. Yeah, kind of low in health again here. Snakes! I want these snakes out of my dungeon. Well, that was neat. Looks like there's a secret here somewhere. Yep. There's a shortcut. I don't want that. I still, it's I see getting into this game, but yeah, a lot of the password. I know that, especially with the grid-based password systems in the Mega Man games, and they would print those how those were laid out, and you can kind of like just add whatever you wanted. Oh, hello. Could you be so kind to unleash me from these wretched chains? I used to take care of this dungeon. Oh no, not Dearth again. That jerk. Ah, pinchy, 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 pinch. Ah, oh, jeez. Dang it. You drop a cherry now. Oh, great, we gotta listen to doo 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 doo. So when you die in this is gonna be one of those, like, you're screwed, you're dead. That was not very effective. You drop a cherry? I don't think I'm able to fight the boss like this. I do have the herb. It's time for the herb. Oh yeah, the herb. Really? I haven't tried that. I mean, I've played Mega Man X a lot. Definitely one of my favorite games, but... Brr. Oh! Jeez, I'm watching with the fire there, right? OSHA Inspector. That's great music, though. Ow. Oof. That was a big hit. You can hit him pretty frequently there. Don't want to get too greedy, though. Ah. The hitbox detection is a little iffy. How many hits does he take? Kablooey! Nothing like when a dragon explodes. Oh, where's that frickin' medallion here? The prized medallion. Sounds like a medallion to me. Whee! Later! Well... Didn't the guy want to be, like, freed? Come back when you feel weak. Oh, you gotta fill those in for the dungeons. I mean, I was gonna free that other guy in the dungeon there, and just like, later! Let's go, my people need me. Just kind of teleported out. Yeah, back to the beginning. Again, it feels like, Zelda light in a sense. They're like rushing everything, and I mean, it's a cool game, for sure. I could see myself playing this more and enjoying it. But it feels like they're taking, like, shortcuts, like, to... I don't know, it just feels a little more basic somehow, but... Not that if you play Zelda 1 now, it is certain limitations and kind of basic too, but alright, let's switch from a different game, or to a different game, but still a neat game. Newtopia. Newtopia 2 is almost identical, just more of the same. Very much more of the same. So yeah, I always find it fun, like, when you're exploring a library, and it should synchronize here in a second, but exploring a library from a system you're not familiar with, it can be really fun. Yes, there's a lot of like well-known games on a system, but then you get into the less known too. You can find some real good experiences. So there we go. Oops. Let's see. I feel like I should play a racing game now. We do have Outrun on here, which ran kind of so-so. We do have, gonna say, just Splatterhouse as well. That's right, Cho, that's what you said. We should play that. Chibi Maruko-chan, what's that one? Yes, that was very much as well. I was gonna say, it reminded me of something. Or is it... You mean... Shusert's engine, yeah, that? Which one did you say? It's awesome, too, that we're getting fan translations and, like, homebrew stuff. Cho Aniki. I do not see that here unless it's called something different. So it's possible it's just not on here, I guess, too. Cho Aniki. No, I don't see it here. There's a lot of games on here, so it's kind of hard to know which one. Is it one of those, like, weird ones? Didn't we play this one already? Maybe I did a stream at some point when we streamed on the Mister. We do have Gradius as well. I think there's a Salamander port on here as well. It's almost easier to look at it like an NES/Master System, like, amplified in that sense. Hit the eyes. Plaques. Yeah, if you want to look it up, because I'm not having much luck finding it here. It's hard to just pick them out when you have all of them. It'll be easy to miss them too in this this list here. Unless it has some other, like, pre-part of it here, but we'll switch to a different game while you look it up otherwise. Well, or type 2 there. Raiden was ported to this too, huh? And a Salamander, not all of them were ported to the US or US markets because, again, the system came pretty late to the US, as I understand it, so... Could use a different spelling. Super Big Brother. Okay. I don't see that here. Toilet Kids. Neat. Right, if you want to look up on around that, we can go ahead and try and play one of the racing games, which I believe we have Chase HQ. We'll start with that for now. Which is a kind of like a behind a car scrolling game, similar to what you'd see in, for example, you know, Top Gear, all those Lotus games, all those things.
This is Nancy at Safe's headquarters.
These got nice,
Got to, Nancy.
Gotcha, Nancy. Let's go wreck some stuff. High gear. Watch out. Coming through. That's sound right in this game. You just, like, chase down the car and try and wreck it. And it does an admirable job for sprite scaling like this. Where's the perp? Target vehicle identified. There he is. Now, maybe I haven't played this game enough, but there's no other way except, like, just trying to wreck him, basically. Right? I'm finding it really hard to, like, keep wrecking. Go to high gear. Ah, this is hard. Come on. You're on fire. Nice houses, yeah. I don't know, am I missing something in this game? I can continue the mission. Tell me the game is an arcade game went up. Telling me it's an arcade game. Got time limit and everything. Really? Is there anything else? Yeah, that's true. I do remember seeing a lot of arcades for Chase HQ. Why is there so much junk on the road? Break! This is a really powerful car. There we go. Criminal. Got him. You're under arrest on suspicion of first-degree murder. Yeah, this is running normal, so. Ah, some CD, that will explain that.
Nancy at Safe's headquarters. We've got an emergency here.
Got you, Nancy.
Got you, Nancy. We're gonna ram off a road. Yeah, it's weird. I don't think there's too many racing games on the system. It's mostly like just action and shooters. Just so many shooters. I don't know what it is with this. I mean, it is PC Engine based, right? Most of the games were designed from the Japanese market. I know the shooters are probably very popular in that era too. All arcade shooters. This is hard too. Gotcha. I'll have to spoil the surprise, I suppose. I would like to get the capability of playing the CD games, because there's some really cool CD games on here. I mean, freaking Lords of Thunder alone is worth it, but... And Gates of Thunder 2. Not Gates of Thunder 2, but also. Maybe I'm missing something yet. I don't know any other way to, like, make this happen except ram the bejeebus out of him. Ah. I never could play Space Harrier or Afterburner very well. Just could not gauge the distance very well with the scaling the way they do the 3D environments. Did people move out of the way? Oh, that's right. We do have a turbo. There's the turbo. Look at that, spinning in the top. Whoa, geez Louise. Used a turbo boost and it did not work out the way I wanted to. So much traffic. Sorry, out of speed. Out of time. Out of time. There's so much junk in the way. Turbo speed. Whee! Good luck, everyone else. It is a Porsche 924, right? Or 944. The turbo. So 928 is the one with the V8, right? And the 944 is the turbo one. I remember my Porsche history here now. That siren is not getting annoying at all. And it shows like the limitation with these scalar games because the movement is so like erratic. I'm sure I'll be able to catch up to this guy. So you gotta dodge everything like that. There's a lot of lemonade stands. You know what? This is just infuriating. Sorry. I know that the arcade version of this is a lot better, but it does remind me a lot about one game we identified a while back, which was the Road Blasters by Atari. I used to play that on the arcade, and I didn't know what it was until we identified it like a year ago on stream. And it's a similar car chasing game, arcade game, where you get like power-ups dropped from a helicopter. I didn't know what it was for the longest time until I saw that, so... let's see what we have on the translation on the device here. We do have more games in here. F1 Pilot, you're King of Kings. Let's try that. I have never tried it. Just random racing game. I'm curious now. It's really top-down racing games because it feels like the strength of these systems was not the first person, you know, or behind the... With the Lotus. And we're off. Oh my. Again, the scalar. You could have the engine or the sound or the music. It's basically the same thing. Oh my. Yeah, this is something. I feel like I should not have attempted this here. Yeah. I would have been pretty disappointed if you bought... I mean, if you love F1, I guess, but... Those mirrors or something. I guess they're like, you know, enhanced. I don't have any chance to react there. We're digging kind of deep in the library here now, because now we're just picking, like, you know, translated Japanese games. These were not launched in the West at all, to my knowledge, so... And it just loops. Flat out. Hopefully there's not a turn here, because you have no warning when the turn comes. There it is. Yeah, anything like that that has a repeating sound is always just... no. A little jaunty, like, easy listening tune here. Slow down. Jeez. The problem is that I have no, like, idea when it comes or happens. It just, like, the turn is just on you. Like that. I didn't have time to brake. No, I know my physics here. Just flat out, full throttle in the corners. Well, they're just like, alright, thanks for stopping by, Sean. Have a good one. Practice, okay. I don't think it was... So if you had a map, you see where the... Let's see what the Race 2 music is then. So jaunty. So there always a car in the corner? No. Don't know when the curves are coming. Such a jaunty little racing music here. It's like I'm not even driving or anything. It's just, hey, Bob, we need some songs for our video game. Say no more. Oh, it's not a platformer? Flat out. And not flat out. I'm spending a lot more time on this than I had planned here. It's funny, the overscan is not visible on the CRT at all. The green borders on the sides, that's just all overscan, I think. I think it's probably because it's a different resolution. Probably. It's got some weird stuff when you go to some of these games. Yeah, it certainly has that vibe to it. I feel like we have to pick a good game after this, because this is a little, underwhelming. This is what you, you know, paid for. And repetitive. Oh my goodness. This feels like we got the F1 license and we're gonna use it, dang it. Flat out. Corner. I don't know how to react to the corners there, because it is just like... I'm also terrified of trying the engine sound in this game, because I feel like it's gonna be very... Pit in! Where's the pit? I don't pit in. Yeah, let's try something different. Gunboat, that's right. That's the one that you have physical, right? And I think that seems like one that's popular, so... let's not play that again. Another Gunboat. I do not know what kind of category the Gunboat is. Oh my. It's literally a gunboat. This was on a lot of other systems, wasn't it? Oh, you have to do different things on a boat. Sure. With Duke. What's going on here? Okay. Oh. Select accept. Welcome to Vietnam. Okay. Oh my goodness. Like a roster. How do I go? Select accept. Oh. It's a polygonal based TurboGrafx 16 game. Can I just accept this? Let's go. Oh wow. Use specs, sure. I know I'm just kind of screwing myself over now. Oh my. Wow. Good shot. Oh my. This screams of Amiga. It's like battle tanks for like Gulf War or whatever on Super Nintendo. Wow, it's actually quite impressive that it's even running on I don't no idea what's going on. Rifle ramming speed. Oh, rate suspended. Wow, I got it as a Christmas gift. I'm so sorry. That's a game, alright. Oh my, yeah, sorry, we have the weird resolution going too. Oh well. There we go. Alright, let's not play that again. Should be back again now too. I gotta troubleshoot and see what's going on, yeah, because I switched even network card, and I'm still having just random drops like that, so this is probably not a strong suit, but I'm very, very impressed that there's even a polygonal game in the first place on the system at all. That's surprisingly good for what it is. So, oops. Let's see. I think we should go to just a classic shooter again, just a normal, standard scrolling shooter. The blazing lasers. I'm gonna blaze those lasers. Yeah, exactly. And the fact that it was like on a system like this too. I mean, there's plenty of war games like that on the Amiga. I feel like that's more like the home for that kind of game. And the fact that this was on 2D16, I feel like maybe it was something that was ported. Because it really felt like Amiga to me. Not here. Now we're gonna a different shooter that... Proton Pack. Shield Thunder. That's my preferred weapon in this game. Missiles. That's not what I wanted. There's so many power-ups in this game, it's hard to keep track of which one is which. The music isn't quite as good either. A Soldier Blade. There's the Shield Thunder. Shield Thunder. Now we get real power, and this is where the strong suit is for this system is. It just got so many of these scrolling games that are just really good. I'll go the missiles. Fire the missiles. No, I don't want those. There's so many pickups, it's hard to keep track, but these are the sort of games I do enjoy quite a bit because you can get a little further each time, so. There's quite a lot of just cute 'em up shooters, too. Try to dodge power-ups I don't want. There, we'll go multi-fire. A little extra guy there helping us out. But yeah, there's quite a few of these shooters that are like so high detailed. I don't want that one. Blazing Lasers is a really good one. Yeah, Final Soldier and then Soldier Blade, but this is not then part of the Soldier series of games. This will be something different. Although thinking or assuming it's made by the same company, I'm not sure. They all kind of blend together a little bit, so. But yeah, with the laser like this, as so powerful it is, that beat that dude there in one shot, basically. So I like the laser weapons in games, especially here. They're so broad, like in range. But I think also if you die here, you get sent back to the beginning. So you don't want to do that. But there's so many upgrade levels on everything. But I am indeed fire my laser. Yeah, games like this that have that, can be like both cool and very frustrating too, to try and dodge the power-ups you don't want. Of course, what I don't have now here is rear coverage, because now I got a lot of front coverage, to say the least. Shield Thunder. But I don't have much rear coverage, so. Because now it's like it's just covering the whole screen. I don't even know what I'm hitting. Just kind of paint the map. I think I'm maxed out here now, but I don't even know. Actually has a surprising level of power-ups on this one, compared to a lot of the other ones. You know, still picking up, like, upgrades here. Sir, the enemy ship has decimated the entire armada. Should we stop sending ships? No, send more ships. I don't want to pick up the other power-up. But also, very quickly, this game can, like, kind of screw you over if you either pick up the wrong thing, or little shots come out and just, like, kill you in one shot, and then you start over the entire level, I believe. This one has no, like, checkpoints or... especially when you're fighting bosses here now. But of course, we can do quite a bit of damage here, too. You know. Come up here, jerk. Yeah, so much mega damage. Shield Thunder. Also another solid shooter, so. Yeah, there's 4 different power-up lines, right? They have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I show 1 here. It's just a multi-shot every direction. 2 is like this, whatever the heck this is. And all these scrolling shooter games seem to have the number 1 fire option, which is like a multi-shot every direction. Let's see what 4 is. Like a guardian thing that just circles around you. That I think it just knocks everything out of the way. When you look at it, it's like, compare the other weapons. Maybe they're powerful too, but the 2 is just so freaking good. Or the 3. Now we have, like... the thing's shot out now, and I think it's doing something up there, but it's not helping me down here. Oh, I'm kind of screwing myself over now. Ah! Don't know what that thing's doing. I have missiles and a floating orb thingamajigger. To be fair, I don't know when you switch weapons like that if you have to, like, re-upgrade them. Let's just get our Shield Thunder back here. It's just so flippin' powerful. Just wrecks everything. But yeah, here we have an example of, like, you know, quote-unquote, a good game in the library as well. Again, dipping into those shooters, there's so many of them. No, I don't want that. I got it anyway. There's Shield Thunder. I honestly don't even know what all these pickups do. I think that the purple orbs or the pink orbs actually are upgrading the weapon, so... yeah, the Shield Thunder is just so powerful. It covers the whole screen, basically. But if anyone has any particular requests that are non-CD games, I can look up other stuff too. Otherwise, I'll just find some other random games, because I am getting a lot now. Because I love these shooter games. I could play them for a long time. But they're definitely samey. That's not good. Hello. I have some, you know, nukes here, so I can just use them. The enemies really like getting in your grill in this one. Whoops. And I think that's then you get... And you get back to the beginning of the level with no upgrades. That's how brutal this one is. That's the problem with some of these games. Like, they don't give you a chance to recover. You just get sent all the way back, which gives longevity. But it also, in those games where you literally can't afford to get hit or lose a life or anything, you're just kind of screwed if you do. So, still a fun game, but not one I would repeatedly try. Versus Soldier Blade, I feel I can try for quite a while. What else is in the translations? There's quite a bit of games in here. We did try the F1 Pilot. What there's a lot in here. These are the ones that have been translated, so... goodness. The Ultimate Computer, the Shark... Is there a Batman on here? Yeah, there's a Batman. Let's check out the Japanese Batman. Let's see what resolution that is in. You never know. Surf's up, dude. What does Batman have? Like orchestra hits and like freaking Turtle soundtrack. That's awesome. That's a Batman game. I assume it's a beat 'em up. What is this? It's like a score? The music is amazing. It's like a Bomberman-esque game here. Take that, Mimes. Is Batman robbing the place? I think he's robbing the place. What's with like freaking like 90s like extreme soundtrack? What an interesting game. This is up. There's so much. Haha. They got some bad level joke there going on. I'm the janitor. What? This is so weird. Like, what does that have to do with Batman? Is this what they used the license for? Oh no! Batman's weakness, being touched. What else is left here? Oh, there's a little secret there. Not today, clown. What a bizarre game. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's amazing. But And it's rocking like... It's a remix of the NES one. That's amazing. Thanks for the suggested super. This is incredible now. Oh, that's great. I'm still a little fuzzy on the whole point, but... Oh, that music is great. Oh, that's true, yeah. I forgot that the NES one was made by Sunsoft as well. Repeating. But it sounds really good on the TG16 sound chip here, or the PC Engine sound chip. I'm still confused on what the purpose of this game is, or like what is this? Can I use items or anything? No. Trying to find clues, or what is it you're picking? Oh, it's maybe the laughing gas, right? I'm picking up those things, whatever they do. It's got a very Bomberman-esque feel to it, right? You're upgrading your character to walk faster, shooting further. Nintendo's killing it. I mean, there's just no way to say anything else, really, because, like, I would love a new Switch, but by golly, they just keep cranking out good games, so... Like, I'm excited about Super Mario Wonder, and also, yeah, RPG, and my son is excited to play it, too, because, I mean, he knows about the Super Nintendo version, but it's more accessible for him on the Switch, right? This is cool, and I was... Clown. Oh, yeah. Like a puzzle score collecting card game. Sure isn't hiding in the shadows, though. You know, Batman does the whole thing. You're a ninja. That music is so good. Not today, clown. It's like a freaking it's like a Yoda story kind of game, almost like a little puzzle game. New music. Oh wow. Batman just got ran over by a van. It does say don't walk, so... Alright, Mike, thanks for stopping by. This feels like... hazardous here. Just run it. Those guys have guns there. Oh, that is a slow bullet. What a weird game. I don't get it. What a weird game. I'll do like one more level, then try something different, but that's... Again, it's fun to explore and see what else you can find on a platform, because there are some weird ones, apparently. Freaking traffic here. I mean, this could very easily... It feels like this was a different game that they didn't use the Batman license for. Because it's like... Yeah, you're picking up Batman-related items, but... Oh, I just blew everyone up. Neat. That won't help him with traffic, though. Oh, it does say walk there. They don't have any, like, items here. There we go. That's a fun game, but it's still on struggle to see what the point with the Batman license is here, except... And that music was terrific. I don't think you can do anything else. Aha! Yeah. Really fun, honestly. But again, what the heck was the purpose of the Batman license here, besides just using the license? We'll go back to a license game, but let's see. We had... I'm waiting for the synchronization to pick up again here. Like I mentioned earlier, it outputs a really weird signal, the way I have it with the RGB kind of out blaster with the HC retrovision cables. The CRT picks it up immediately, but then the synchronization to the data path capture card is a little wonky. Let's see, because we played, it was Alien Crush too. We played Devil's Crush earlier. We had Devil's Crush. Sorry, Alien Crush. We played Devil's Crush. So Alien Crush is another pinball game. Another weird one. Demon's Undulate. That's weird, alright. I feel like the demon one was a little cooler, but this is a very Contra style. Weird. Oh. Ah, take that, you weird thing. These objective-based pinball games are really fun. Because it makes it, like, feel fresh and just be kind of like a score. Alright! Alright, knocked the freaking head off. So just keep doing that, I guess. Anything else to this room here? What? Aha! Oh, look, there's another guy. Yeah, okay. Say, where's the ball go? There we go. Oh, good. Oh, I'm terrible at pinball, too. It's mostly just me reacting. You're saying, like, I actually am playing with any sort of level of strategy, except just reacting. I am awful at real pinball. It's funny because I can't, I mean, I'd be lucky if I played just even like a minute or two at most on credits, or even, at least here I don't feel like I'm wasting money doing it. Yeah, it seems like the very Contra-esque. I feel like the Devil one was definitely the, Ow. This one feels like it would have been the first one, maybe. Because it's got a little basic feel to it. Compared to the, Demon one, which was pretty rad. Alright. Oh, no. Out. I don't think I've lost a single ball yet, so... It's easier too, but definitely less going on. This doesn't feel quite as impressive for the system compared to Devil Crush, which was really well done. Yeah, very Geiger-esque Contra, which, I mean, Contra took some obvious inspirations from Geiger, too, so just become the kind of generic alien look. Ooh, a new room. Okay. Let's hang out here then. Yeah, the music definitely feels more... I was trying to be like alien mysterious, but the other one was so rocking. So, anyway. What's got any plan for the weekends? Just... I haven't touched a single button here now for a while. There we go. Green light. I feel like the way these bumpers are designed here, was not well laid out. Yeah, the other one was definitely nicer. Ooh, but I still haven't lost a single ball yet. The fun part of mundane adulthood. Ooh, bonus. Nice. Feels a lot easier. I mean, I haven't died a single time yet. I can't even see the ball. There's so much going on here. This has to be a lot earlier. Feels like the Demon Crush really took better advantage of everything. Yeah. Oh, nice. There you go. Yep. That's important. I have a lot of computers out in the garage, so... But it doesn't matter how much insulation. It certainly gets hotter in the Midwest. Yeah, I'm saying here, like, it's kind of... I mean, I wouldn't say bland. The design is, of course, quite something, but... It doesn't, I don't know. First of all, it doesn't feel as exciting as the, Demon Tilt one. Or a Demon Crush. Alright. So usually what happens when I play pinballs, I have like one ball that's like really good, and then terrible other ones. I rarely am able to play pinball and get like a good run on all three balls. Ow. Yeah, it's much more limited. I assume there's probably quite a bit of difference in time there. The other one felt very much like, you know, we have figured out what the system can do. Go back to your holes. It's hard to see what's going on with this one. Play a little bit longer. I was surprised I was surviving this long. I figured I would have lost my credit now, but no such happening. So yeah, it's a very interesting system, and that's the thing too. A lot of the games that are on here are ports from other systems too. I'm assuming some of these pinball games aren't necessarily unique. They could be, but oh my god, there again. I'm not that familiar with the ones that are exclusive or not, but the TurboGrafx and PC Engine library is pretty full of like arcade ports and ports from other systems. And the question is then, are there games that are available on our systems that you would rather play on this one. That's a good question. I don't know there are. Of course, there's the unique ones or exclusive ones, like the Utopia. I think is platform exclusive, but this room is not super exciting here. I will say this just feels kind of boring, this game. Every the other one was like, yeah, it was rocking soundtrack, it was cool. Bloody Wolf, we can try that. There's another one that I thought too, we can try after that, but that's the thing, it's like when you get to a system like this that has like, you know, hundreds of games that you may not have seen or played, it's overwhelming to pick some. But I might call on this game here soon because I'm not really feeling it. The brain up there. It plays well enough, and I mean it's cool, but it pales in comparison to the other one. Take that brain. Oh, right in the middle. So yeah, it's an easy one to emulate at this point. You can do it on your phone probably, or your computer very easily. I'm not sure what the emulator for the system is, but very easy to emulate well, of course. But then there's a terrific way to experience the library, especially the CD one. That's the thing, if you get like just a PC Engine or TG16, it's not that hard. It's even not that difficult to recap from what I can tell. If you want one that's gonna, you know, last and all that, probably do the jailbar fix too on this one. But, whoops, I wasn't paying attention. Then I'm assuming if you get into the CD-based ones, they're more expensive, like the Duo and those. There's the Turbo R and a whole bunch of ones that I baked both of them in. I'm assuming those are quite expensive. Yeah, that music was not super great. I mean, a fine pinball game, but I think it's just the other one just kind of spoiled me because it was so good. That one I can see myself sitting down and playing and trying to get a high score and playing that over and over. Waiting for the synchronization to kick in here. Anytime now. You can do it. Come on. It is really weird. Yeah, there we go. And I think it's just the way it's doing sync on green. I think it's just what's causing the problem or throwing it off so much because it is an analog capture, right? So with all the limitations come with that. Bloody Wolf, huh? I don't even know what kind of game that is. What are you setting me up for now, Sucra? Feels very Contra-like here now. Mom, can we have Contra? No, we have Contra at home. Push run butts. And oh, it's got the wonky resolution again too. That's annoying. Sorry about that. I have a little weird color on this one, so. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good name. Bob. To rescue the president. Oh, okay. Oh, he hasn't even been kidnapped. Oh, he has been kidnapped. By ninjas? Your mission is... Oh, okay, go! Oh, it's like Dogs of War, nuclear words, yeah. Whoa! Oh, man. Brutal. Wow, you leap an entire car and... There's a hostage up there, but I don't know how to get up there. Oh well. Shoot anything in particular? No. Oh yeah. Oh, that's how motorcycles work, right? Oh yeah, the rad dude. That is glorious. Oh no, my motorcycle! I was trying to get off it before it exploded. I can throw a grenade with the start. I can climb up, there we go. Thank you. Hostage. The key is in my pocket. Thanks. It feels very much like an earlier arcade title, like... It might be an arcade port. Like a CPS-1 game or something like that. Yeah! Okay, you can get off the motorcycle. Yeah, it's doing like freaking wheelies here. Or donuts. The way that these dudes are flying off this stuff is actually quite hilarious. Look at that. Interactivity and everything. Yeah, it is, and I don't... I mean, not that I have looked, but it's like, I don't think that they are worth that much, right? At least there's a lot of good options for... Whoa, shotgun, man. Wow, they're being really lazy with the Mega Man character names here. Yeah, what of it? Oh, Bobby's the ultimate badass. Huh. You'll make a nice target for this gun. Who wrote this? This is genius. I don't know that that's how shotguns work. Hey, you guys, give me a hand. Never just a meat shield? Yeah. Oh no, Shotgun Man exploded. Evening, Adam. Welcome. We're playing Bloody Wolf, which involves whatever we're doing right now. Oh, he got shot. Killing action. Tell me to start over. Oh, you're at least here. Shotgun Man is defeated. His evil reign has ended. Oh. Thank you. President's plane crash landed 8 miles north of here. Oh, that's right, I got a wicked motorcycle. Oh, yeah. Oh. This has got to be an arcade board, right? Oh, grenade to the face, no problem for Bob. He can handle it. Oh. Intense. Yeah, I never tried it either. Super recommended here now too. But the TurboGrafx 16 is really fun. Like again, you got to think of it more like a Master System slash NES enhanced almost, more than just like a Genesis or oh, we're Shotgun Man. You gonna fight a sub? Oh, gee. Oh, I died. Let's see where it puts me back now. See, I forgot I have a turbo. Just hold it. Are you shooting at someone with a gun? But yeah, it just really feels like an arcade game from... Oh, torpedoes? That's not cool. Alright, thanks for stopping by. See you later. Oh, wow. That was insta-death, huh? Yeah, later games definitely. Like, we looked at that pinball game, right? Again, I keep bringing it up, but that was really good, so... Try and stay over here so the torpedoes kind of like... wreck at this part. There we go. Come over here. Oh. Oh, you can jump that far. Whoops. Oh, goodness. It's going great. Yeah, falling to the water is means a kill. Yeah. So I don't know that these had extra chips, because so the way these games were provided is on a credit card style Hue card, and there was not much room on those cards. I don't know that they had any extra chips on them at all, so it did not use any like, to my knowledge, I could be wrong, they did not use any like additional like enhancement chips like the SNES did, and also the Genesis and other ones. To my knowledge anyway, at least the way that it seems to me that it was built. So it uses whatever they had, and I think it's just a matter of them learning more of what it could do, right? And don't quote me on that one, so... Yay! Whoa! I've worked your life for the extreme flashing. Oh, okay. Oh, so when they enhanced them, they used the card as the enhancer, and then the CD was the game, because that's the biggest thing that the TurboGrafx 16 had later, was the CD enhancement. You can see really the jail bars now if you look at the light blue in the top there. So that's what you get before you put that. Still, this is very much like an old arcade game. It plays worse. Whoa, okay. Alright, that might be enough of that, but that's a decently fun game, so... what was I thinking of another one, too? So yeah, for those that didn't see it, or Adam, if you didn't see it here, where the camera is, I do have an original TurboGrafx 16 here running with a flash cart and then an RGB option out with HD retrovision. And it's a fun system to explore. Like, I like the 16-bit, because that's kind of my jam, or that's my... where I got my teeth on for NES and then going to Super Nintendo, and having access to play around with these 16-bit systems, especially here now where there's so many games I'm not familiar with, and it's fun to find this kind of stuff, so... that's right, we gotta play some Bomberman. Bomberman is basically the mascot, because the way I understood it with the way the TG16 came around is that it was NEC, or was approached by Hudson Soft to make a console. Hudson had the designs for it, so but they had no manufacturing capability. So, they went together with NEC to make the PC Engine in Japan. And that's how, at least to my understanding, that the PC Engine and TG16 came to be. And Bomberman basically being the mascot for TG16 or PC Engine for a while there. That and Bonk, but... yeah, and also, I mean, by then, like, because it didn't arrive in US right until like 90 or something, right? And that was pretty late, because then, I mean, the Genesis was already out then, right? And then Super Nintendo was just around the corner. It was a lot tougher market then. If this would have come out in the US next to the NES and the Master System, I mean, it would have done well, I would like to think. And I think it did well enough in the US, but not enough to, you know, make it stay alive. But Bomberman, of course, is a legendary game for the platform. Now, you blew me up. Whoops, that was a poor placement. No! I gotta find the exit. Yeah, that's the thing too. So I grew up in Scandinavia, right? And there was no European presence of the TG16 or PC Engine at all. At least in Scandinavia, Nintendo reigned supreme, so that's what I had at NES and SNES same way. And the Genesis almost like, not forbidden fruit, but there were so few people that had one, I never got to experience it. I rented a couple times. So I didn't see the TG16 until I came to the US, which my wife had one, still have one, is what I'm playing on. And didn't play much of it because the games were pretty expensive. I didn't have that many of them, but then now with the flash carts and all that stuff, and emulation, of course, being easy, it's a fun system to explore. Got some cool games on here. But like anything, it's like, it's so expensive to collect or try and get original hardware for game consoles anymore that it's, you know, at least the things like Mister and software emulation are a very nice option. Where is that exit? So for those that haven't played Bomberman, the last thing you have to do is find the exit, which was the second to last block. Whee! I played Dino Blaster on the Game Boy quite a bit, and it's Bomberman with a story kind of thing. Missions to do and like upgrades to pick up, and pretty fun. Oh. We got Outsmart Ascension Balloon. There we go. You're toast. Nice. ColecoVision from Adam is very interesting. I actually basically gave one away or to Amiga of Rochester because he wanted one and I just didn't have time to fix it up or was kind of like outside my area of interest at the time, but it's a really cool system. There we go. But the Coleco, Adam plays all the Coleco games, right? I mean, it's basically just like a ColecoVision computer, more or less, right? Enhanced, so. With the big drawback being that the power supply is in the frickin' printer. Which I think that's pretty much everyone gets a third party. Do you have the printer as well, or do you use a third party power supply? Oh, okay. Because I always wonder with that stuff, like, it's hard to get into, like, what do you do with the system? Some systems don't need to have, like, the same way I have an IBM XT, but, you know, do I ever, like, some people love that generation, right? But do they ever get out the XT and just play with it? I don't really. So it's really neat and something I enjoy having to be able to have it available. But it's not something I just, like, sit down and enjoy as much as I should. Versus something like a lot of these systems here, or like the Mister, or my Pentium 166 and that stuff, which I use frequently, right? So, now we're just playing Bomberman, but Bomberman is one of the quintessential games for this platform, and was their mascot for a while too. I mean, it's Hudson Soft like mascot, so Okay. Because I know it's pretty easy to just replace the power supply or use the power supply for something different, so... Easy. And it highlights where I think the upgrade is for each level, so... There we go, I can move faster too. Drift feeding updates. You can make pretty quick work of the levels once you start getting some upgrades here. There it is. It's an addictive gameplay loop, right? It's just what it is, right? It's just a basic loop, but you get kind of stuck in that and just kind of keep wanting to go. Again, you can bomb a lot more now with more upgrades, so... The enemies are not super smart, they just kind of follow the pattern. They get more complicated later on, I believe, so... I know that VCF Midwest, there was someone who, it was quite a little group of people there that were really enjoying the Atom for everything that it could do. Had a little exhibition for it and everything. And it's fun to see people that are really into one platform. Like the OS2 guy, right? And no one was gonna bid against for that hat. Alright, Christian, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Good night, as it were. This gave me an extra guy, maybe? Oh, it's remote detonation. Nice. Forgot about that. Now I can detonate on command. Nice. Awesome. I can't wait to see you again. I think we met there last time, too. But yeah, I'm definitely coming to VCF Midwest as well. Not exhibiting or anything. I'll just kind of bum around and do the thing. Such a fun event. Looking forward to seeing everyone again. Was able to book the hotel on site this time, which is preferable. The one I stayed at last time was the cheap one, the Overflow, and it was a little not great, so... The funny part is that once you have the detonate on demand, it's easy to get overconfident and still blow yourself up. But you can do that, right? So... Come here. There we go. Cool. There's the exit. Nyaha. Where's the... There it is. Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot nicer. Being able to just kind of walk back from the event to your room and all that stuff is pretty great. I think you can... And it gives you like a bomb launching ability, but maybe not. So yeah, I got at the early rate there too, and it's going to be a lot nicer to be able to do that. It's almost like... It was huge. It was such a crazy event. I mean, it was awesome, but it was almost overwhelming how busy it got there. And yes, you can box yourself in and end it, so... Yeah, the East seems to, from what I understand, a little more intimate, like, whoops, or you can walk right into the guy like that. First death. I'm not sure if I get to keep any of my upgrades now. Yeah. No, I don't. Sad bomb noises. I mean, it's something. It's really worth any chance of going. It's pretty cool, but it is still overwhelming. There's just so much to do and see. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully your drive isn't too far, but I'm gonna do the same. It's about a 6-hour drive from me, so not too terrible. But I think it is worth it, because then I can haul in stuff too that I don't want. And the cool thing I like about that kind of place is that if you have stuff or gear that you're not going to want anymore, I think it's a great place to get rid of it because it can go to people that want it. I mean, depending on if you want money for it or not, whatever. You can do some great deals too, but for me it was really nice to be able to bring a whole bunch of monitors and stuff like that to people that, like, I don't have a use for anymore, or picked up locally. Yeah, I would love to go to East at some point too. It seems like it's much more like a more show and tell, and I don't know. It sounds like they have a very different feel to them, so. Can't get you now. Whew, that's a long way. I thought about going to VCF Southwest, which is happening this weekend. I really thought about it. But the drive is like 10 hours for me. And it's not something that I really was committing to do right now. Maybe next year. I might plan for it next year or fly. Because I'd like to go to that one too. That one looks pretty interesting. Pretty large. And I have friends in town there too, but I don't think I'm going to go this year, so. There's Bomberman. Yeah, this thing too. It was nice to bring a whole bunch of stuff and give it to the donation or the free table or whatever. It's great to just make it feel like it goes somewhere, because someone's gonna grab it. Unless you're putting just trash out, anything that's vintage, whatever, that's on the free table, will seem like it was vacuumed away in an instant. So it's a great way to redistribute some of that stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, if it's too far away, it's not even fun if you're spending all the time in a car. Alright, this is Bomberman. Oh, that's right, that dragon goes through walls. Jerk. I think this lets you... Oh. Yeah, I'll bomb myself in there. Alright, let's, that's Bomberman. You see Bomberman now. Let's switch to another one that was the other mascot for this, which is Bonk. Which is kind of like the quintessential platformer for the system as well. And they did use this as a mascot, I think, in many cases, actually. And also, I think it's a Hudson Soft game, same way the Bomberman is, but I could be wrong there. You spend all the time in a trip like that, just traveling is not very fun, so... yeah, exactly. That's the thing, too. Just seeing it and being able to pick up stuff, like, you know... I haven't even used everything I found there, but like some boxed games and like some cards and stuff like that, and the 486 I thought was pretty cool for like 20 bucks, and it's a great place to find that kind of stuff. And I feel like driving gives you that flexibility versus flying. Then I flew the first time 2 years ago, and I had to go buy another suitcase to bring extra stuff home, so driving makes that a lot easier. Bonk's Adventures is the first Bonk game on the TG16. And you probably recognize this mascot or this character, you've seen him before, but okay, so I think it's actually... Dang it. Yeah, there we go. I think it was just weird when it switches back and forth, so... yeah, exactly, that's the thing, the chances you have of finding stuff like that is pretty awesome. Now, the one I'm holding out for, I don't know if Revan knows this, if for some reason, unfortunately it's so desirable, is the compact Zero CDS all-in-ones from the mid-90s. That was my first world computer, but finding that, it's just, everyone's gonna want it, so... So the idea with Bonk is that he bonks things with his head. There you go. That's pretty much the premise of the game here. But it's nice and colorful. Well, there we go. Yeah, exactly. I've done that too, so then when I went to DC here an hour, Sukra and I were there, I went to that L&Y electronics store, which was a lot of fun. I ended up just shipping a box, or bringing a box to myself as a checked luggage, because that was cheaper than shipping it. I mean, you just paid the $30 to bring it on the airplane, right? So. Oh my. I think if Bonk gets hurt too much, he goes ballistic too, which is pretty fun. Oh, food. There we go, now he goes. He's angry now. That's cute. I suppose, yeah. Compact for me is, I have a very soft spot for that 90s ridiculousness, or just the beige compacts, because that's what my first real computer was, a Compact 46. I had hand-me-downs before that, but that was the first computer we bought. So for me, Compact is like the quintessential 90s PC experience. He's mad now. Yeah, he can bite his way up, and he gets less mad. It's got some fun mechanics, and I see why this game was more or less the unofficial mascot for the system. Nice. Jerk. Ooh, was a big steak. Ow. Volcano? Yeah, it's very colorful, nice. I'm not sure what it is with the steak that makes it so angry. Oh, man. Yep. Always been with those, most fun when you have a full system failure. Hey. He's happy now, but almost on fire, so... There's lava. Oh, I know one more game we should try, too, which is a little more... Whoops. Oh, he's foaming... Oh, he's taking a nap in the lava? Oh, I can't grab that. That worked out great. To work for a, MSP, and we had someone that was on the, like, we were managing a company, or even just providing colo space, and their server took a nosedive like that, and we helped them, like, their tape backup just got screwed over and just stopped working, so I think we're in the back of a dinosaur. So we ended up spending all night helping them migrate to our systems, and then, of course, they became a full managed customer after that, because they were so happy that they could get their stuff back. We're in the dinosaur. Okay, this is a little gross. I don't think that's how insides work. Just saying. But creativity is key here, apparently. Weird game. Oh, that stinks. That's the whole point of the UPS, right? It's supposed to prevent that spike, and if it doesn't do that, it's kind of like most of the function of it. Like, yeah, providing power distribution, but... Alright, that was Bonk. We're gonna play one more game quick that is quintessential for the platform, and then we're gonna call it there, but that is Legendary Axe. There's two of them, but Legendary Axe itself is probably the most, like, legendary, well-known. So this is a good side-scrolling game in a similar vein here, but expected the quality's right. Yep. That's funny too, because I work with cloud now, so I am still in IT, and you know I don't have anything, and I decommissioned my last physical equipment here a while back, and just like I almost forgot how to get into the data center now. this is a very, very solid. It may not look like it right now, but it's well made, beautiful sprites, solid controls, and it's just a good platformer. I think like anything that uses a system, uses a system well, can end up being good. Not saying it's groundbreaking or anything, but it's a solid game. I'm gonna wreck it. I will wreck it. I'll take that, spider. Yeah, so, basically, I'm fine here. So yeah, I use OBS for that. Basically, I have, so that's my capture window up here, but, can't really see it there, but yeah, I'm using OBS, basically having the main window here, and then of course, you know, just playing it out the different zones and everything. That's pretty much it. Just OBS, all OBS, so. Yeah, that would be a long drive. I'm not sure I would make that drive for that, but certainly worth flying to at some point. Whoop. Oh, dang it. Oh well, I wanted to be down here. This is where I wanted to be. This is my jam down here. Ooh. Yeah, it's in Chicago. Midwest is. Because you have Midwest, you have Southwest, East. Oh, it's not that bad. It is a bit of an interesting area, but yeah, it's fine. Staying at the hotel venue itself is definitely preferably possible. Whee! I like how smooth this is, too. It controls very well, and that's important, so. Oh, that would be awful. Yeah, I don't know how I would do that. I try and back up stuff like that, but because I'm really dependent on the setup I have now, because I mean, I have different scenes where I can switch to the big camera, switch to the action cam, and different things that I need to, and I would rely on those so much. This guy just poop a bat. It's got a little bit of a... That's a bear. Oh my god, it's a bear. The flying bear. It feels like Castlevania 4 and something. And there's exploding bear. You need solar? Yeah, there you go. It'll be stink to lose everything. It's a little bit grating, yeah. It's got a, not a fantastic sound to it. Let's try out second zone. Flare is waiting for you. There's lava here, so... Legendary Axe 2 is also different, but I think this game frequently shows up on like, you know, top lists for this system. Now that you mention it, the music is not fantastic, but... A butterfly! Oh no! Yeah, this is pretty aggressive for the number of sprites to have on screen at the same time, I think. We'd mentioned earlier, but the TG16 basically uses an 8-bit processor, but then two 16-bit graphical processors, whatever. So it's kind of like a hybrid 16-bit. It's not necessarily a true 16-bit system. Yeah, no problem. I stream a variety of stuff, so... oh. That's my random thing. I never know what I'm gonna stream, so... Ah! Come on. I feel like I need like a screen clear, like super thing. Maybe I do have it. That's alright, anyone can show up whenever. This is one of those games where if you know where the enemies are coming, like, you can get a little better progress every time. I think I might do more damage if I let it charge. There's a charge meter at the top there. Not the butterflies. Ow. That did something. Oh my. Oh. I can't believe I actually survived that. There's kind of a thing with me and lava. I tend to fall in it. Oh, yeah? Oh, I guess I can't break that. Am I fighting rocks? I'm fighting rocks. It feels like I'm fighting rocks here. Ow. It's a sentient freaking rock. Kill me. Yeah, that was pretty aggressive attempt to fix there, right? For those, that 486 there. I'm just so novice when it comes to soldering, and I'm getting better at it, but I wouldn't be able to do it live yet, so. I'm sure there's a way to defeat this rock here, but it's kind of wrecking me. Ah, I tried to jump over it. We need a boss for the second level. You got any ideas? How about rock? You serious? Yeah, rock. Doesn't require much animation work either. God, I think a huge beating. I could not brute force the rock. My goodness. Game over. Well, probably a good place anyway, so. The TD16 is a really fun system with a lot of stuff to explore, so, you know, in Babis there, so there are them popping up once in a while. I've definitely seen, like, duo systems, stuff like that pop up, but they're usually really expensive, and that's the thing, is like, you can find them, people have imported them, but it's like, yeah. This is actually real hardware, so this is a TurboGrafx 16 with a Turbo EverDrive, a clone one, and then a kind of RGB out on the back port. For those not familiar, the TurboGrafx 16 is basically, it's got RF only built in, and then you have to use the back port, which has full RGB out, and there's adapters for that basically output, in this case here, to an HD Retrovision component cable, and that's what you're watching the capture of. So I'm playing it on a PVM, and then that goes bypass back to there. So, I think it's just the venue they have that works best for them there. It's in more of an industrial area, I think, in general. But once you're in there, it doesn't really matter. So, I think the venue fits them well. Although, of course, as we're going out there, the stream is messing up again. Annoying. So yeah, I'm having trouble with my bandwidth or something going on, because we'll basically stop and have to restart it, so I'm still troubleshooting that. I think it might be my network card on my machine or something. It is just a... No, it is not a 16x9. It's a 4x3. It's a 14L5 that I got for free. My coworker, who worked in IT as well, he just wheeled into them as they were decommissioning the filming studio. Yeah, sorry, my bandwidth just kind of glitched out there, so I had to stop the stream and start it again. But he wheeled into PVMs like this and like, hey, do you want one of these? I'm like, yes. So I just got a free one. The nice thing with the 14L5 is that it supports, yeah, multi-format everything. Now, it can run 16x9, but it doesn't look very good on the 4x3 screen, but great for 240p and 480p content. So it actually goes all the way to 1080i, I think. So it's been really useful for me. And that's where it works really well here on my desk like this. I wouldn't use this for like, I'm going to sit back on the couch and play games. I prefer my consumer-grade CRT for that. But for this here, it works really great for plugging in, random systems. And with the multi-format, it will take, yeah, Amiga, any console, basically. Even up to, the 360 PS3 stuff at 40p, 720p, all that stuff. So it's real nice. works quite well. I'm very, very happy I got it. Just basically landed on my lap, so. But yeah, I think the TurboGrafx 16, I have another one here, is a really neat system. And it's easy enough to explore through emulation, Mister, whatever you want to do. You can probably play this very easily on just about anything. And the CD library is great for it, too. You can see here, by the way, the expansion port on the back here. Unfortunately, the system doesn't look very clean with the TG16 with the something attached to it. I'm gonna say, the standard PC Engine one looks quite nice with the CD attachment and all that stuff. So, but it's a weird branding for the US for this system. So, but it's still a fun machine. I wouldn't necessarily get into it to buy original games at this point because they're so expensive. It's kind of hard to justify that unless it's something you really want. So, oh man, yeah, that's the thing. Buying any CRT of any variety, I think, is just such a gamble. Some people understand that, you know, these things have to be padded to the nth degree, and some people just, yeah, chuck it in a box, and that's so sad to see. But yeah, I think TurboGrafx 16 is a really fun system to mess with, and especially with the adapter card like this, you can get them pretty cheap on AliExpress, or you can buy a real one from Crix, which is considered more expensive, but more feature-rich. So the Pro version that he has now supports the CD as well, which is a great buy then. Just your standard TG16 or PC Engine, and then play the entire library of all the games. So, yeah. Yeah. It's a more than functional venue, so, but it's very crowded. But I think this year they are getting the like stage stuff in the basement, so they should be able to have all the talks in the basement, which would free up even more space on the main floor. Because when they had the talks there on the main floor, there was a huge line out the doorway clogging up the hallway. So excited for this year, and it's goodness, it's just a few months away now. But I appreciate everyone stopping by. I'm usually going to stop here now because I've been streaming for a few hours. I got to see if I can figure out what the heck's going on my stream or internet or whatever is going on. So, yeah, I will definitely check out the games. I would probably start with a top 10 kind of thing or top 50 games. But fun system. Fun system. Lots of cool stuff. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Whoops. There goes my turbo pad. I got to say it the right way. So I appreciate everyone hanging out, and I will see people next week. Hopefully, I'll figure out when I'm going to stream then. I just kind of wing it, so we'll see what happens. But